sense now. Oh yeah, Mike. Oh yeah. She has started.
Oh, nice. You know I was just listening to Technology Connections YouTube channel.
Uh-huh.
And he has that like ironic music from like 90s, 2000s, like daytime TV show, or it'd be on like Sunday. Remember like Sunday Meet the Press?
I wasn't watching news at that age.
But there's this instrument, it's like it's like
Okay, yeah.
it's
Like a smooth
it's like,
jazz.
yeah. It's like, it's like an oboe or something.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, let me think a bit here. If I'm calling Oak and he's on Discord and I'm talking to him, he has to be able to hear us. We have to be able to hear him. Also, we have to be able to record it. And it's like, how is this going to work? Since the call is coming from the computer, I can record it on the desktop.
My desktop. Excuse me while I fidget with my bait caster.
What's the... Oh, yeah. Fidget with your bait caster.
Yeah, watch me bait. How have you been?
Pretty good.
Yeah, anything new, exciting?
I've been building a fort. My hobbit hole in the woods.
Oish.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty excited to have my own place again.
Heck yeah, Earthships are the shiznat. Definitely just to dig a hole.
Yeah.
And hide from everybody. 2-piece. I'm excited for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
Getting ready, getting those presents done.
Mm-hmm.
I will, I've got an Amazon wish list that is almost all fishing.
Really? You're going hard into fishing.
I is. There's something about it, man. It's like, it's peaceful because you're out in nature.
Mm-hmm.
You're near the water. My son's into it, so there's a bonding thing going on, which is pretty cool.
Definitely.
He always says he doesn't want to go, but then when it comes down to it, he's like, "Am I coming?" It's like, "You can if you want." All right, I'll just watch you fish. Okay. And he ends up breaking out the pole. I always pack it because I know he's gonna want to.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting good at casting too. Almost showing up his old man.
No way.
For sure, dude. He is spinning rod champ right now. I've been helping him along. He had distance, but his accuracy was off, so I was helping him with that.
Nice.
He's like, you have to hold the string. You open the bail, hold the string. Oh, hi, dog.
Mars.
Terrible idea. That's my fault. And he's getting caught in the... Well, the cold kind of feels good on my injured foot. Got a nice hole in it.
Yeah, natural ice and compression.
Yeah, I wrapped it pretty good the first couple days, and now I've just got a bandage for what may be. Yeah, we are just bird nested out on this bad Larry. I was playing that game with like, how far can I take this?
Mm-hmm.
And so with these bait casters, there's like 3 different settings for tension.
Yeah.
You've got the external braking system. So like when it senses a decrease in tension, it'll lock up.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly preventing bird nesting.
Mm.
Then you've got spool tension right there. And you also have your drag.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Triple tension.
Rather complex system, but not terrible if you know what you're doing. I was just pushing the envelope. I was like, I started off with the brakes at 80%. I was like, not so bad. I feel like it's dropping a little bit sooner, putting some effort into those casts. And so I dropped it down to 70. It's like, still going pretty good. Haven't backlashed at all. Got a little cocky and dropped it down to 60%. And then we just bird nested the shicer out of this thing.
Yeah, you got to cross the line to know where it is sometimes.
Yep. I see these pros and I hear them talking about having their brake settings at like 50%. And I'm like, well, I'm no professional, but been handling this thing for a while. Maybe that's the goal.
Yeah.
No, it was not the goal. So now I'm thinking that I may have to just take a knife to the spool because the spool spins faster than the line goes out, and then that creates a nasty mesh. But fishing was fun while it lasted.
That's good.
Guten Tag.
When did you go?
Today. Yeah, Lowell Lake. Very nice area. We should probably head up there one time. They got picnic tables. There's a very open casting area. There's a cemetery there, if that's your thing. Really old cemetery. There's some tombstones from like 1790. Still standing and actually in kind of good shape for the area, considering where it was. And there's hiking too. It's a national park.
Nice.
So, lots of stuff to do outdoorsy. Trying to get it all in while the weather is not freezing and a ridiculous amount of snow everywhere.
Yeah. We didn't get snow till January, really, the last few years, right?
I don't recall. Everything tends to blur together.
Oh my gosh.
Getting old.
Oh my god, that's such a loose connection. Yeah.
You've got a loose connection.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it'll work. It's barely in there. She's plumb worn out. She's Wallerd.
Wallerd, huh?
Yeah, Wallerd out. I remember a comedian or somebody saying sometime that you don't want your girlfriend to be Wallerd out.
No. No bueno.
Nice for recording.
What you humming over there, fella?
Mike Cena, John Cena, Mike Cena.
Mike, the lesser-known brother of John. Only translucent, not transparent. You can kind of see him.
Here's his less well-known wrestling brother, Mike Cena. There we go. But he did say willingness to do it at some point, so that's good. And I've never followed up with Dylan either, so I'm sure if I tried to actually line up a time like this.
He was a good guy. I'm glad I met that fella. Wish he lived in a closer proximity.
I know. So I guess I don't have pictures of my Hobbit hole to show on the computer, so on my phone, but
post. Had it in post.
Yeah, I know. I've been making a Hobbit hole. Because I looked up. I was sleeping in a tent, and it was like the best sleep I'd gotten in a year.
Really? That's unusual. I usually don't sleep so well in tents.
And then it started getting colder, and I was like, "Oh man, I wish I could keep sleeping in a tent," but it's getting really cold. And what also sucks is like windstorms. Like there's that hurricane.
Oh yeah, that'll take you right away.
Yeah, it really when the weather's nice, tent sleeping can be really nice, but when the weather's bad or cold or windy, it's like a problem. So I was looking into the solutions as this weather is getting colder, and so like I have a chainsaw and I'm pretty good with the chainsaw and I kind of have fun using it. And I was like, all right, do like a log cabin, right? And I was like looking that up. It's like, a log cabin's kind of a lot of work. Logs are heavy, and it's a lot of chainsawing and moving heavy logs. It's like, man, that's really.
It's for the Egyptians.
And so, but then I remembered what is popping up on my.
Oh, maybe I don't have to respool.
Oh, nice. Do you get to it?
I think I cut it out. Hell yeah.
I'm going to get, what I'm going to do? You know what also, another idea? I'm going to get a picture to put this in. Let's move your hand for a second. Sorry. Oh, it fell. It looks really, it's a cool look. You can tell it's high quality. Quality. I'll put that in post. What I was going to say is what you can do is, have you ever set up a phone camera stream to a computer?
No.
You can download an app. There's a bunch of free streaming apps that'll hook your phone to your computer, and you just turn it on, and you'll have like a video screen on your computer of your phone's camera.
Nice.
And then if you record on your computer, you bypass the whole taking up space on your phone thing.
Right.
Which is really nice, and like the whole transferring files afterwards, which is annoying. Because what I want to do is have it live, hooked up to the thing while we're podcasting, so that when we're talking about something, we can like point the camera at it and show it. And it'll integrate into the recording.
That sounds like a good idea.
But what was I talking about?
Stuff and things and stuff.
Oh yeah, so I remember I was watching these history videos about Europe, and like, because Rome was like this big civilization, and then
oh no, not another one.
There's this big gap in time until like modern. There's like the Dark Ages, and then medieval times, and then they finally like dug their way out into like, because they were like it wasn't until like the 1800s that we were back as advanced as like and successful as like the Romans were. And I think the history is interesting in finding out.
That's like a thing.
Yeah, it's stupid. I know.
Why are men interested in the Romans?
But yeah, no, it's just interesting in learning about like the heritage of like different countries, the cultures. Is that a real birder sound effect?
Yeah, that's a nice call.
I'm such a computer addict that I'm like, is that a sound effect?
Is that a sound effect? Or is that?
That's so realistic. I can't tell if it's real or not. Bird joins the cast. We do need to do a woods cast at some point, a wilderness cast. We can do it down at my new campsite hobbit hole.
We're in a prime area to do such things.
We really are. And there's cool spots back there. Like if you hike in my woods, you'll come across just like really cool spots here and there. Like little sunny clearings, like little fairy glades and stuff.
Oh.
There's like a little tiny brook, like tiny little stream, just enough to be picturesque, like 3 or 4 inches wide that just babbles between the rocks. And it's just like, the guy who lived there next door, the adjacent property, selectively cut his trees for years. So the forest is like really well maintained. So it's like nice to actually walk through. Yeah.
I like that. I'm a fan of well-kept areas.
Yeah. I don't know what his rhyme or reason is, but like if you walk back there, the trees are like, 20% density of what normally a forest would be. So like the light comes in and you can actually walk and see like fairly well, but you're still in a forest. So it's pretty cool.
Open your eyes. Let all the light in.
But anyway, during all my history learnings about cultures and stuff, I came across a building technique that was like the ancient Britons used. So some of the ancient lads. And it's like the most effective bang for your buck house construction technique for the effort. It's where you dig into the ground a little bit, but then you put in like poles around the outside. Because like when you dig in the ground, it creates mounds, like walls, like mound walls from the digging you did.
Yeah.
And since the mounds are freshly dug, they're not packed down hard or anything yet, so it's easy to put poles in them or like branches. So as you dig out, like, and plus the surface tends to be softer and easier to dig than lower down. Because
Right.
like, so it's like this combination between log cabin and hand dug.
Hobbit home.
Hobbit home. It's actually takes the least amount of effort for the most strongest house and best insulated against temperature and wind and sound.
Yeah, that's where what I was gonna say is it's way more efficient to build into the earth for temperature's sake at least,
Yep.
and then also I guess for wind too. When you have
Yeah.
a freestanding structure that's all
Yes.
above ground,
Mm-hmm.
there's a whole lot of wind resistance.
Sure is. Yeah. So you should see and since we've got a tractor, I got to make like a big one, a big hot.
I haven't seen this yet. I don't know why
It's
I
like
haven't seen this
30
yet.
feet wide and like 15, 20 feet deep, maybe.
Really?
Yes. And I'm dug into the ground like 5 or 6 feet.
Wow, you
And
could
then-
bury somebody out there.
And then an additional 2 or 3 feet of poles sticking out above the banks.
Oish.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I was thinking about doing the cast down there, but we wouldn't have Wi-Fi if Oak called us. So,
Ah.
but we can do that next time or one of these times.
So who is this lad Oak?
I met him from playing Tribes, basically, our weekly Tribes games.
Okay.
He's an Englishman, a lad,
He's a true lad.
true lad.
Noish.
And yeah, I've got to get him on sometime.
Oh, well, sit down now, what the?
So I wrote down some funny stuff. There was, you know how when you use the ice cube machine on the refrigerator, how inconsistently they come out?
Yeah, the tum, 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 tum,
Yeah.
tum, tum.
You wait like 10 seconds and get like one ice cube. Like, who designed this thing? Freaking Willy Wonka?
Hamster in there, just like, I'm tired and cold.
You get like 7 of them, then nothing, and then 1, and you're like, what?
And the ratio's always off.
What?
Liquid to cubes. You're like, ah, too many.
Never get the amount of cubes you want. We had one of those, and I would just open the freezer and scoop my hand in the reservoir and shove it in my glass. And it would be way fast. It was so much faster.
Haha, I've cheated the system.
So dumb. Yeah, that's kind of funny. I mean, that's terrible design. Oh yeah, another funny thing I thought of is uninspirational quotes.
Uh-huh.
Because by mistake one day I said like nothing is possible.
Just forget about anything, It's all impossible.
Just give up. Nothing is possible.
Are there other uninspirational quotes?
That's the only one I could think of. I thought of that one.
The
previously.
anti-inspirational quote.
Yeah. Well, I had a whole series of memes I saved for a while about like giving up on life, but not being depressed about it.
Just give up. Just let it happen. Life sucks. Let it suck.
Just like happily giving up. And there's something funny about those memes.
Memes? Just a memes?
Maybe I can put some on in post, put some on the thing.
Hells yeah. Memes are life, bro. I've got
They are.
social media accounts and literally I don't even bother most of the time with doing anything that means something. It's usually just nonsense memes all the time.
Yeah, they're almost like our generation's like hieroglyphs or like cruciforms, Our writings conveying complex concepts in a dense image, right?
True story. If you were there, you'd know. If you're not, sorry about your luck. People are gonna see the memes thousands of years from now and be like, this society was something else.
I was thinking about today about how, like, remember the Rosetta Stone is like the same thing published in like 3 different ancient languages.
Mm-hmm.
And so it allowed us to like understand the language we would never have been able to understand before. So that then we could understand all the old tablets and stuff written in that language. It'd be funny to do that now for the future when we're an ancient civilization. Just write something in like English and Spanish and French. I guess we do have that actually. We do have books in different languages. They're not all bound together though.
No.
So look what I got here. You remember these bad Larrys?
Oh, heck yeah, banana board.
I was just setting this down today for the cast, and this wheel broke like this.
Wow. That must have had some
Must be because it was
hard
cold and
times.
old.
Yeah. Cold and old.
Cold and old, just like us.
Yeah.
No, these are like, remember how I was saying learning skateboarding through not like trying hard to progress at the park, but just by like being at your friend's house, hanging out and just standing on it in the garage while you talk and stuff?
Yeah.
This was like the quintessential board for that. This would be in the garage. You'd be hanging out and you'd just be standing on this and pushing it around. And it's like, so when these have good bearings, they're pretty fun, but they're also so hard to control. And that kind of makes them more fun because you just like worm around, like out of control worming.
Yeah, and that's also good practice for the real thing. If you can be confident cruising around on that, you can certainly be confident on something much wider.
Mm-hmm. And I also got...
What do you have? Share with us.
Anne Mora's New History of Witchcraft.
New history. How can something be new and both history? Also, my wife probably wants that book.
I'll give it to you because I tried to read some of it, and it may just be my taste, but I don't think it's very good writing.
Is it like a textbook on like, or is it?
It's
like...
very that's so funny because like both the things you said pointed out big things about this. Yeah, it's kind of disjointed. It's not well. It's about ancient, like it's all these ancient. I guess so. It says that witchcraft and Wicca or something. It's basically like science before pagans became Christians, or something like that.
Yeah, they like worship the earth instead of like normal. I don't want to say normal, but deities like God and stuff like that.
Exactly, which I think is kind of cool. And but so I checked this out though. This is signed by the author.
What?
Dude, this thing's probably worth like $5.
At least, maybe $3.50.
Yeah, that's my gift to your wife, my friend.
All right, should I wrap it and save it for Christmas? James got you this signed. Don't ask me who she is or what relevance she bears, but signed copy right now.
I was at recycling. There's all sorts of treasures at recycling. I got that grill in the back of my truck at recycling.
Excuse me, grill. Oh, there is a full-on cooking grill in the back of your Tacoma.
The propane part is worn out, so I'm just going to use it for like coal and wood grilling.
Nice.
Down at the Hobbit hole.
No. We gotta figure out like a theme song, like down at Fraggle Rock, but down at the Hobbit hole.
Yeah. I almost want to cut this episode halfway and go down there to film the second half, but that'd be too much work. If there's nothing in the truck, we could throw the chairs in there, but as it is, it'd be too much work.
Well, we're giving them something to look forward to, because that needs to happen.
It's going to be awesome, and yeah, I have a mini wood stove, so I'm going to need to stock up wood for my Hobbit winter.
Hobbit winter 2025 Hobbit winter.
Dude, I'm so excited because we cleaned my garage this weekend, my parents' garage, and we found like a bunch of old construction wire. So I think I almost have enough to run electricity to my hobbit hole.
Yes.
Dude, if I get internet and electricity down there,
Hell yeah.
I saw a free washer and dryer on Facebook Marketplace. And it's like, people think if you're off the grid that you can't really use appliances like that. But if you have power, you can just get like a tub of water. And if you know how much it takes to do a load of laundry, you can just fill up the jug of water that much and start it.
Hell yeah. Where there's a will, there's a way. I've learned that.
For sure. For sure. 99% perspiration, 1% inspiration.
That's how you get shit done.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's like John Zemis, who's like a guy I wanted to go into more detail about on our show at some point because he's so prolific. And it's like he was the one who wrote the book, or a bunch of books, but one of the, it's like where I was saying, like, man, it was the one I was talking about where it's full of spelling errors.
Oh yeah, that dude.
And I was like, man, it really goes to show you how far you can make it just by trying hard, even if you're not that good at anything or that
Even
smart.
if you feel like you should quit, just keep going.
You just keep going. You see, it's crazy how effective it is. Like, he just doesn't stop grinding, and
stay on that grind.
And he releases
get you your bread
books full of spelling errors and makes money doing it.
Self-edited.
It's so crazy. It's like the secrets to making money and tips to success with the stereotypical like fingers together. And he's got like the prison tattoos on his fingers. It's like, is this guy that I really should be listening to success tips? World records soap shoer.
Yeah, once I saw that, I was like, oh, this is the same person? I can't take you serious.
Pickup artist, expert pickup artist. He does everything.
Not guitar pickups, pickup lines, right?
Yeah.
Ladies' man extraordinaire.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you can tell by his gear that he's got swag.
For sure. Nobody.
For days.
I mean, to soap shoe like that. Oh, speaking of, remember we were talking about how good the kids get on those scooters in the skate park?
Oh yeah, they're crazy now. I used to pick on them, and there's like always been beef with skateboarders and scooters just because it was usually like a younger child that didn't want to learn skateboarding or BMXing, and they were just in the way constantly.
Mm-hmm.
But somewhere along the line, they like started doing like crazy tricks, like backflips with tail whips and 540s and actually grinding on stuff too. I was blown away when I saw a few clips.
Some of my best inspirations have been from like people telling me I couldn't do something. I think that goes a pretty long way with some people.
Oh yeah, that'll add fuel to the fire for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Stinky.
6. You gonna fuck something up again?
Drink, Stinky, not allowed.
Get out of here.
You're a bad dog. You're a bad dog. You're probably wet. You're probably wet. You're probably a bad dog. You're probably a bad dog.
You're probably a bad dog.
You're probably a bad dog.
Can you not? You're causing problems already, feller.
Mine's gone.
I love you because you're furry, but you got some learning to do, fella.
So I saw a video of a kid riding the handlebars of his Razor scooter and then dropping in.
Wait, what? Like standing on top of the
Sitting
handlebars?
on the handlebars.
Sitting on them. Like legs in front?
Yeah.
How do you even balance them?
Dude,
they're not very big.
Insane. That's insane balance. I'll have to put it in post, see if it gets me copyrighted or not. Do you like the chandelier I made?
I do. I kind of want to... How's that song go? I want to... Something from the chandelier. Chandelier?
Yeah, chandelier.
I wanna fly? Is it fly? Swing? Swing. Swing makes sense.
Swing makes sense.
From the chandelier.
Yeah, chandelier. That's it.
You want to be popular and making
just wondering,
music, just pronounce something crazy.
Sneak up on people like chandelier.